Hello, good morning. So today we're gonna talk about a new topic, and it's about loneliness. Okay, loneliness, the feeling, the loneliness that you feel when you isolate yourself, and yeah, okay, and feeling lonely even though you are with a group full of people, or you are in a room full of people. So loneliness is a feeling, okay, but isolation is a behavior that we engage in. So, and they are like different. They are not the same. So we can feel lonely. We can feel lonely when we isolate because we do it on purpose. So we 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 isolate ourselves so we feel lonely. But you can also, even though we isolate yourself, we can also don't feel lonely because some people can isolate themselves for their purpose. For example, for personal reason, like you can isolate yourself because you need space and you need time for yourself. So, but that doesn't mean that you're feeling lonely. So it also depends on how much people isolate themselves. There are people who isolate themselves for like just 1 2 days, just to to have time for yourself, to date with yourself. And there are people who really literally just isolate themselves like forever, stuff like that. So it depends, and it can be different with each person. And so yeah, but the point is, what is the loneliness that you feel even though when you are in a group, okay, in a group full of people. Why, even though you are with people, okay, you are a social person, you stay with others, you are always talking with everyone, you have a social life, okay, every day you have everyone, you have a lot of friends, and you can also feel lonely. And why is that? Well, this happens to people because people who tend to feel lonely even though they have everyone, they have friends, they have everyone who they talk to, they can feel lonely anyways. It happens because maybe they're always the one are always giving to others, okay, they are the one who are always listening, they are the one who are always helping someone, they are the one who is always giving, okay, checking in someone else and asking, like helping them, okay, they're always the one giving. But the point is, maybe when they came to the point where they need to express their feelings, they need to they also need help, they need someone who will listen to them. No one does that, okay. This feels like neglected, or maybe no. And I don't know if I I choose the right word. Um, I don't know. I mean, that needs, okay, is like rejected because no one is doing that, okay. And this happens to people who are always giving, okay, to people who are always helping someone, to people who are like strong, okay, who may seem stronger, who may seem the strongest person in the room, the one who is always like giving energy to everyone. But the point is, no one is giving energy to them, no one is actually giving them back, okay, helping them back or stuff. And it can happen because we humans, we need connection, right? Okay, we need connection with people, okay. So someone, even though you are a person who are always social, who you have everyone in your life, you have a lot of people around you, the one that is missing is actually connection, okay. It's like you are craving connection and you are not getting that because we naturally need connection in our life. And that's why um, feeling lonely, feeling lonely even though you feeling lonely when you isolate yourself is different, and feeling lonely with a group full of people is also different. And it depends. So actually, I mean, this is a random topic that I decided to talk about because it's something that I have on my mind, and I really saw a video of psychologists talking about it, and I want to share it to you. But I know that I'm describing it on my own and using my own words, and I'm not telling it to you in a proper way because, to be honest, I really need to find the right words. So, mm, so yeah, I think I told everything. I guess I don't know. So what happens is, um, when you isolate yourself, you are physically alone, okay? But maybe even though you isolate yourself, you are mentally or emotionally connected with someone. So you can be someone who still isolate yourself, but you still have connection with someone. And at the other hand, someone who always like have everyone in their life, who have a social life, who have everyone in their life, who like friends, a lot of friends, they may still feel lonely because they don't have this connection with someone. And this really um became clear to me because it it's different, you know. I mean, I always thought that in even I always thought that people who isolate themselves are the most lonely person in the world. I mean, it's just an idea. But then I realized, okay, I realized that even though you have everyone in your life, you have a social life, you have a lot of friends, and you can still feel lonely anyways. You can still feel empty inside. You can still feel something, and this happens, of course, because maybe no one is really um showing interest in you, okay? Because connection comes when someone really show you interest, and not really only that they show you interest, they also like ask you about how are you, ask you about your life, like really connect with someone. And as a person, we need connection with someone. We need to feel understood. We need to feel listened, okay? Understood, listen, be we need to be seen, okay? We need to feel that we are being seen. But the points of the people, okay, the point is a person who is always helping, the strong person is always the one giving, okay? Maybe they are the one always seeing that person. They are the one who is always understanding everyone. They are the one who is always seeing someone and making others feeling understood, making others feeling seen. But the point is, no one is giving them back the same feeling, okay? No one is making them feeling that they are being seen, they are being understood. And this is why they may feel lonely even though they have a lot of people around them. And yeah, I really like this topic because we may feel the same way. We can feel lonely even though we have a lot people around us. We may feel lonely even though we have friends, because of course the one that is missing is really feeling understood by someone, being understood, being seen and stuff. And that's just for today, I guess. For today's video journal that I want to save for myself. But also this helped me, okay, see or learn, okay, that someone out there are also feeling lonely, and they also want to be seen and understood, and to be understood. Yeah, so to feel like they are being seen also, they they need that. So when if you're someone who like you have a lot of friends, and you may notice, okay, someone who needs to feel understood or being seen, mm, what we can do is like we can start asking them about their life. we can try to understand them more, so they may feel less lonely. Okay, someone in your group or someone in your or in that room, you may notice someone who is feeling lonely. So in order for us to help them, okay, to don't make them feel that they're alone, but at the same time, maybe we are the one who needs that. And what happens is we can open up to someone, and we will feel seen. Okay, especially if they are gonna listen to us, we we can like connect with someone. And this can happen with friends or families, or I don't know, the person you like, or the person you are dating with. But yeah, that's all. That's This is just a random video, I guess, of me talking about some different topics. Anyways, bye. See ya.